I'm sorry about that. It's audio and video is working now.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
We do not know
But
why.
thank you for saying so up quick so that we could fix it and figure out what
Nip it in the bud.
Right away quick. So if you didn't hear it, welcome to Sunday FUNDAY with Paul and Judy. We are back in business again. And since you also didn't see us, we are going to toast you again too.
Cheers
so
again.
Cheers.
Mm-hmm.
Happy weekend. Hope you're having a good one. We're very glad to see your names. We want to know where you're from, and so happy to know that we're up and rolling because we have a lot to talk about.
We do have a lot.
And we wanted to make sure that we could show all the good material that we have planned for you today. So,
yeah, and it may tend to run a little long because our blasts from the past are the longest ones we've ever done. They had to be.
Yeah, Paul had fun with this, and I said, well, hopefully it'll be entertaining. So
yeah, I think it will. Meanwhile, we went down to Sarasota. For those of you that watched when we did a live from the Glen Ridge retirement community, we visited Judy's parents. We had a wonderful time.
Yes.
And a big news flash you had on that.
My green screen is shifted. What does that mean?
Your green screen?
I don't have a green screen. That's our backyard. But tell us what's going on, because some of you are just like, everything's normal, everything's great. You're talking about a good time. Glad you had fun, Jonathan. It sounded like that would be a great show. Everything working. Happy Sunday. Good to know. So I'm sorry to interrupt you. I was just listening to what they were saying.
I told you that we went down to visit your parents.
Yes. Oh my God.
You just received the family bulletin today.
I just received a family bulletin. So we went down to see my folks, as Paul said, and we're sitting there and we're watching TV. We were watching Wimbledon. I don't know if you guys are tennis players and or tennis watchers, but yes, we saw Ashley Barty win the women's title. And it was so exciting. It went 3 sets and right down to the wire. But anyway, so we're sitting there, we're watching. My dad has his feet up in his little lounge chair, and I'm on the computer getting ready for today's show. And I looked over, I said, Dad, like, who's that guy who was the very extreme, eccentrious guy who
eccentrious.
He was what is the word? I'm trying to think of the guy's name. What am I trying to think of?
I don't know, but what about the guy?
He never cut his nails.
Oh,
and he
yeah.
never cut his toes.
Yeah.
But you know who I'm talking about. What's the word I was looking for?
Was it Rumpelstiltskin?
Oh my gosh, can we start over again? No. He was very, very, very wealtly.
Oh.
And he was a recluse.
Howard Hughes?
Howard Hughes. So what's the word I was looking for? Not eccentrious.
Eccentric.
Oh my Lord. Live Facebook.
Eccentrious means that he was weird and he had a fetish of sexual proportions.
Howard Hughes never cut his nails, never cut his hair. Well, I was calling my dad, except that I didn't remember the name. Like, what's with your toenails? He said, it's my once a year ritual. So I get a text after we got a family bulletin. Toenails are cut. The once a year ritual continues.
I'm so relieved.
I must have guilted him into it. It
All
was
right.
so funny. Oh my gosh. Sorry about that. I had a senior moment.
All right, now
Speaking of senior moments.
No, before we get to that, why are we having our sunglasses on? So our official sponsor.
That's right, because you didn't hear any of that either.
Yes, our official sunglass company is Peepers.
And if you go to the top of my page, you'll see a blue Shop Now button. And these are new shades that we just debuted over the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing I love about them, all of them that I've gotten, is that, I should run in and get my readers. Because they don't only offer sunglasses, but they have Blu-ray readers that block the blue light from hurting your eyes when you're on your computer or on your mobile devices all day long.
I'm going to have to interrupt here again.
Okay.
They're not Blu-ray readers. That would be something you play your Blu-ray disc on.
Your disc. They're blue light.
Blue light
readers.
So good for using on your computer and everything.
Oh my gosh. What happened? I'm so fired.
All right, but
producing this show.
On a serious note, I am a huge believer in sunglasses because, you can put all the sunscreen on your body that you want, and if you're not wearing sunglasses out there, you may as well be staring at an eclipse of the sun.
Well, believe it or not, that's what you're doing with your computer.
Right. You have to protect your eyesight. So I'm a huge believer. In obviously sunglasses, but also your
blue light readers, and they're also very affordable. In fact, right now, today, I got an email from them today, and they said, we're having a special $22 blue light readers.
Oh.
So if you go to shop now and you click that top box, it'll take you right to their website and you can check it out. So if you find that you've got a lot of fatigue at the end of the day from just staring at the screen and your eyes hurt, you need to get some of these.
And even if you're not feeling the fatigue, if you're spending a lot of time in front of your computer, do it.
But no, that's a great point, because you can get them with no correction. So even if you don't wear glasses, you don't have to get a certain strength number. You can get no correction, and you can still get readers that'll protect
and look
your
cool
eyes. And look good. Yeah, look very professional.
All right, back to our regular scheduled program.
Yes.
All right, so when we went down there,
good job, Jane, because you're going to like the show. Your name is going to be mentioned.
If you've ever had like whether it's a driver's license picture, or a passport picture, and you say, "Oh, I don't like that picture. It doesn't look like me."
Right.
So we have Judy's very first passport picture.
We do.
Photo. I'm going to let you present it.
Well, the reason this is coming up now is not that it's just a blast from the past, which we have fun doing, but also I found it in our files. And we have all of our passports. We've traveled, around the world, so we've had a lot of stamps put in it. But I found this one, and I said, "Whose passport is this?" So it turns out that it was my mom's passport, and it was from a long time ago. Oh, in fact, I'll show you the picture. This is probably this is the passport, but this is probably an easier way to show you the picture, because this is my mom when she had just gotten married, and they went to Japan. He was stationed in Japan. So she got the passport, and it's stamped, of course, State Department, United States of America. And I was born over in Japan. And in order to be able to bring me home, they had to have me attached to her passport.
Judy's first passport.
So my very first passport photo, and I was 8 weeks old. I guess I was 6 weeks old when this was taken. Yeah.
Does it look like Judy, everybody? I vote yes or no.
Big old chubby cheeks. I think the only thing that's at all resemble, well, I still have that kind of bow-shaped mouth, I guess, but look at my head.
And for the record, she was late.
I was.
And she's still to this day.
Only by 3 minutes.
Oh, now you're late more than that.
No. Then I was late 2 weeks. Now I'm only late 2 to 3 minutes.
We'll see if your votes.
So that was the blast from the past with the fun pictures, and they're stamped. You had to get a passport, I think, every 4 years back then. Now, of course, they last for 10, but they're stamped up in the top. And I said, "Oh, look, they're stamped." And my dad said, "No, they're stamped like that when they expire, and that means they're no longer valid, and you have to get a new one if you're going to travel again."
Now, that wasn't all of the blast from the past, but we're going to put that to bed right now.
Okay.
Because first we have to get to one of our more popular.
You probably have stuff like that in your files too. We just had to show you because
if anyone has a passport at a younger age than 6 weeks,
yes,
I'd love to hear from you.
6 weeks old, yeah, my very first passport. So they said, "Oh, you should take it home," but they both took shots of it for their phone. Yeah, and my dad said, "Oh my gosh, no, it doesn't look like me, does it?" Isn't it funny? I mean, we all really grow out of that little chubby look.
It's the baby on the milk carton.
Yeah, no, I wasn't that cute. My head was this big. My forehead was a 5 head.
We should have put peepers on the baby.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, so our next very popular segment, right?
Yes, you want to do signs of all kinds?
Let's do that.
Okay, so let's do that because we have some really good ones. And thanks again for all your contributions. This is from Glenna. Do we look like we made our reservation online?
I hadn't seen that.
Isn't that funny? Yeah, on the heels of going down to Sarasota, actually.
And he is exactly what I've always aspired to be, the curmudgeon.
The curmudgeon.
I'm the get off my lawn guy.
That's a great one, Glenna. Here's from Jane. It is true that the best things in life are free. Then why do I have to keep paying for chocolate?
Or red wine.
Or red wine.
And we like chocolate with red wine.
I like that one a lot. Oh, 2 people sent this one to me.
That is fantastic.
Jane and Connie. A car's weakest part is the nut holding the steering wheel.
I resemble that remark.
And speaking of automobiles, check out this one. This is pretty funny. From a Jeep with a Colorado license plate.
This is great. Actually, this is very, very great because there was I was listening to a radio show, and they talked about how few people know how to drive
a standard,
yeah, they call stick shift a standard car.
Yes.
And even a lot of the Jeeps these days have automatic transmissions. Now, to be fair,
exactly.
I know I'm getting all nerdy, but the automatic transmissions are much more efficient because they now have like 9 gears automatic.
Wow.
And it's why my Jeep Cherokee gets like 29, 30 miles a gallon. They used to never get that.
Well, look at the thing, though. It says it's a millennial anti-theft device because nobody knows how to drive a stick
I think
anymore.
They said 1% of new millennial drivers know how to drive a stick. So no, they will never steal your car.
So I don't know why men go to bars and try to meet women. Go to the garden center. The female to male ratio is like 10 to 1. And they're already looking for stuff they don't need.
Uncle Dave strikes again.
Yes, that is compliments of Uncle Dave. And
Hi,
now,
Uncle Dave.
Speaking of, I loved all these segues as I was putting these together because there were so many that kind of work with each other. Speaking of being at the garden center and picking things up for plants, this is from Christine.
A friend suggested putting horse manure on my strawberries. I'm never doing that again. I'm going back to whipped cream.
Yes, I like that one very much.
They meant in the planting phase.
I think maybe they did, but that's awesome. And that was from Christine. Stick shift. I could if I jumped the clutch a few times. Yeah.
Now, here's the thing. Let me go back to that shift story. I know that I'm interrupting the flow.
Okay.
But I remember the great thing is that if your car ever stalled out and it wouldn't start, you would get on a little grade so you could pop the clutch and it would start the car. Mm-hmm. As opposed to what happened to me about a week ago when I couldn't go to my regular basketball thing.
Oh, I know, that was weird.
Because I had this, because everything's computerized now. So I had this signal that said some sort of, what do they call it? Regulator, like a temperature regulator, was malfunctioning, and then the car would go like 11 miles an hour. I'm like, oh, okay. Well, it turns out it was the battery.
Yeah, I know. Now you kind of interrupted my flow because I do have one more. So if you can remember the last thing that was just shown, which was
manure,
this one, I'll put it back up so you can be reminded of what we just showed. Yes, this was the horse manure on the strawberries. So there is one more great sign that also segued from this, and this one is from Jane. Septic tanks pumped, swimming pools filled, not the same truck.
That is fantastic.
I know, right? Very fun. So they just all worked really, really, really well together. And I thought that's so much fun. And we have so many more. Like, as I've told you, every time you guys send a new funny sign, and Uncle Dave's already sent another one. So I put them in these files on my computer so I can give you 6, 7, maybe 8 at a time in the future shows. So thank you all for those.
And if you've never submitted one and you do, let's put them to the top so they can hear their name.
Yes, exactly. So I do have another one that we haven't done in a while, and this is from a recipe that one of our followers made. And these are always so much fun because it's such a compliment to see that you enjoyed the recipe, that you made it and that you loved it. Oh. So Mariana, who I think is watching today as well, thanks, Deborah, submitted a recipe of the baked feta pasta.
Oh, it's delicious.
And this was on our YouTube video, that channel, which I'll put on the side in the comments for you. But this is a really nice kind of follow through because not only did Mariana make it and that she made it from seeing our video, but we made it because we saw it from LaDawn's blog. So this is the fun that we're having doing these shows and meeting you guys like through all the submissions and all the fun you're having. And it's great support that we feel all the time. But this is the Loving Life and Living Yeast Free blog, and you can find it on your computer or obviously your mobile. But we were inspired to do this recipe. So that's what we did. And then Mariana made it, and that was hers. Fantastic. So isn't that fun?
Full circle.
Yeah, so keep those recipes coming when you try one of ours. We are a little bit overdue. We were kind of crazed last week, so we didn't do a recipe. But
I think
there's Mariana.
I think crazed is our default.
I loved your photo.
Crazed is our default.
I know, it's true. Too often that's kind of been life lately.
A lot going on.
But we want to try to, hi Sissy, we want to try to do these as often as we possibly can.
Now what's next? Are we talking about social media or do we go right to the blast from the past? What would you like to do?
It's completely up to you. You want to do blast from the past?
Okay, let's do blast from the past. Let's do yours first.
Okay.
Because I was inspired. And normally, as you know, Judy has no idea what's coming up on her blast from the past. But this one I had to, and it was so mesmerizing when I watched it and edited it for you guys. It goes a little bit longer than usually our snippets are about a minute or two. This is about 5 minutes.
Okay.
And the reason is...
But you promise it's entertaining. I didn't look at it, even though you told me the subject matter.
It's very entertaining, except for the editing skills. But this really, blast from the past, hit me with what the shopping channels used to be.
Oh. And
you're going to see, and it has to do with Kirk's Folly. And Jennifer Kirk, Jennifer, if you're watching, hi, how are you? But it was a 3rd anniversary of Kirk's Folly. And there was too much good stuff. I could have probably doubled it, but I limited it to 5 minutes. I want you to see this and remember the way things used to be.
Okay. All right. That's fun. So I will mute us, bring us down. Oh, and LaDon says, thank you for showing her blog. You're more than welcome. You guys are very, very talented. So it's fun to be able to give you credit when we borrow some of the recipes that you do.
This is must-see TV.
Okay. All right. Here we go.
Jennifer. She's a little pixie girl.
Judy, how are you? Your bag matches your outfit. I like that.
What do you expect?
What's the matter? What's going to happen? Wow. Oh my. Don't have to watch ourselves. We get kind of carried away.
It was really fate that we came together. 3 years ago, I remember the jewelry buyers calling me into the office and introducing me to Jennifer Kirk and saying there's this new line of jewelry that's going to be featured on QVC in the next couple of months, and you're going to be the show host that kicks off the first show. And it's funny because as Jennifer and I look back on that very first program, here we are, all conservative. Neither of us knew each other all that well, but there was kind of a kindred spirit that we knew was going to exist throughout the show. And we had so much fun.
Kirk's Folly was born out of just doing something we loved. We never dreamed of being on television. It wasn't part of a plan. It just kind of happened.
My girlfriend being made out?
Yes, girlfriend.
You're looking gorgeous.
Do I get my own color?
Where's your crown?
Woo!
Ready.
Are we ready?
Girls.
George?
Flowers.
From you?
No, some guy on a horse.
Oh, stop it.
Some guy on a horse.
Are they from you?
Oh, Jennifer, they're beautiful.
Oh, I can smell it.
I can too.
Me?
Dozen red roses.
Special delivery.
Oh, you better share. If they're for you.
Dearest Jennifer, my quest for you will never end. L. Lancelot!
Okay, ladies, 1 minute to air. 1 minute.
1 minute? Okay,
we're ready.
Set.
Changing?
I'm not used to this set.
I see what you're saying, yes.
No, I didn't mean that. I just meant... Do I know what I mean?
You'd think it was our first show.
I feel like it is.
Holy moly.
Hi, girlfriend.
Hi, girlfriend.
You ready for this?
I'm ready for our last anniversary
All right.
show.
Congratulations.
3 years, huh?
Can you believe it?
No.
I cannot believe
Feels
it.
like
3
yesterday.
years ago.
I
I know. We started all this craziness.
Craziness, right?
Welcome into QVC's Kirk's Folly Anniversary Celebration. It's called Once Upon a Time for a reason. You can sit back, enjoy the program, shop for beautiful jewelry, but also reminisce with us as we go back in time over the last 3 years through all the shenanigans, all the fun, all the costumes, all the glitter, all the fairy dust. Lots of fairy dust. Get us started on the right foot, lady.
Absolutely. Magic to everyone out there. Here's our little fairy dust for our 3rd anniversary. Kirk's Folly.
Shadow clip earrings. I will take credit for.
Yes, you will. Those are yours. Those are yours. We made those for you.
Remember in the first year that we worked together, and I said, Jennifer, all your earrings dangle. All your earrings dangle. Can you make some for those of us who really love the little clip-ons?
Yeah.
And they said, okay.
Okay.
From the very, very first show we ever did.
Do I remember?
Serious we were.
Oh,
and the
dear.
first time something sold out,
Oh, dear.
she shrieked. I barely fell, almost fell off my chair.
I did. I thought you were going to fall off the chair. I thought I was going to pass out. And I think you can really see that with Judy and I. I mean, we have such a good time.
And I guess there is that comfortable side of just having fun that she brings out in me, unlike what anybody else can do.
Still fits.
I'm sure it does, Miss Judy.
Remember my glass slipper?
Oh, just wag it in front of my face.
I have more fun teasing her. Don't worry, I get it back.
Oh, dear. Oh, yeah, she gets it back. I'm pretty good. I didn't say you. I said fairies. Dance, girl, dance. You silly girl, you.
Uh-oh. Look who's coming, the Ice Fairy.
Snow Queen.
Oh, sorry.
Ice Fairy's over there. This is the Snow Queen. See the snowflakes on her head? Could you keep it straight, girlfriend? Come on.
Can we do this again next time?
Again. Look.
Let me have
Stuck.
it. I need some.
You are. Oh, no. But I didn't say you were. You implied it. I heard you. I could see those eyes twinkling at me. To the top of the roof. To the top of the porch. Dash away, dash away, dash away. Oh, I love that.
Oh, I don't know how far
Are we in trouble yet?
No, not in trouble yet.
Okay.
Come on, or Kurt.
You gave her that gun. That's my gun. Give me that gun back. I am now soaking wet, and that's my gun.
You're allowed to get me with your bubbles, except now I have those too.
Now she emptied my gun out. And you took my bubbles? Oh, look, wait! My team got her. Good team, go.
The team of angels sitting over there with my gun. Ooh, little.
Isn't that funny? Oh my gosh, what great memories.
But they don't make shows like that anymore.
We had fun. Had to get this out.
I didn't mean to make you cry.
That's great though.
Jennifer, if you're out there watching.
I hope she got the
Yeah.
message.
Yeah.
Oh, if not, I'm sending that to her. That's so funny. Deborah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Aren't they fun?
And you know
Oh
what?
my
It was
gosh.
just, it's the way it should be. It was fun. It was interactive. We never
Oh,
knew
I'm
what we were
sorry,
going to do.
Cynthia.
It was live.
Yeah.
But
Kirk's Folly. They
Yeah.
were magical. We just got away. You know, things sold even if we weren't presenting something because
Well, first of
everyone
all,
was just having so much.
but it was also
fun.
great costume jewelry made very, very well. Most of it by hand.
Yeah, and she's
And,
still
yeah.
on QVC.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, obviously not as often as we were back then.
I'm tearing up
but-
from laughing, but you're tearing up because you were emotional.
I know. Just thinking about those great times. That was a good blast, honey. Good
I know.
job.
Well, this was stupid for me to go second because how do you follow that?
yeah. no,
But-
but I guess yours is actually funny also, right?
Well, it is, but in a different way. So
Thanks, Sheila.
this was all, that was behind the scenes, a lot of that, plus what you did on the
I
air.
love the behind the scenes.
But this
yes.
one is when I was in Tanzania, in Africa, when I went to the Tanzanite mines, and I wasn't feeling well.
Oh, okay.
So I went to visit a witch doctor, medicine man.
Medicine man, right?
Now the audio is really poor,
Yeah.
again, behind the scenes,
Yeah.
and none of this made it to air.
Okay.
And this should be rated R.
Because the audio was so bad.
No, I don't know, because they probably didn't have enough time.
Yeah.
So I just put together my visit to the medicine man, and I guess that's all I'm going to say.
Okay. All right. So the rest we will chat about after.
Oh, I know what I said.
Okay.
It's rated R. There is a sort of a topless scene. So I just want to.
Okay. You wanted to warn everybody.
Jumbo.
Very good.
I'm here to see a powerful medicine man.
Myself.
I want to know, do you see any problems with me that need healing?
Nitaweza kufanya.
Yeah, you can do.
You can do?
Yeah.
First, what do you see?
Yote nitaweza kutizama tu kwa makini.
You can see from your stomach.
My stomach?
Yeah.
He has to see my stomach?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Kifua mweleze kifua chake na tumbo yake mchango wake hiyo ni vizuri.
He said that your chest with your stomach is not properly arranged.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there is we call it worms, and
worms.
Yeah.
And we can fix that.
Yeah.
We can fix that.
Akitumia chakula haiendi vizuri, roho yake inakwenda mbio.
We have the medicine.
We have the medicine. Good.
Yeah.
Very good.
Vile vile alitumia dawa zamani. Mwambie mali utapata. Mwambie mali utapata na unaanza kuingiza kidogo.
You get more. You are now starting.
Get more wealth.
Yeah, get more.
Yeah, I like that part. So he's basically saying he's saying I'm a tightwad, basically. He's basically saying I'm a tightwad. I don't like to spend my money.
Yeah.
I will remember you, and I will remember the kanyagi.
Oh my, that was kind of interesting. I mean, even though we couldn't really hear much, no. I liked the graphics subtitles at the bottom.
Well,
yeah, that helped a lot.
So it makes it's surely a foreign film, right?
Yes.
But as much as I make fun,
I love Christine's comment. If I could have read your mind when you were there, wasn't that? Yeah, tastes like chicken. Looked like sand.
Yes, but chicken after went back to the earth. I don't know, but as much
chicken
fun as I made
was actually right? feathered
chicken
and
to the egg in the sand.
Oh.
But, though I made fun of it, and it was funny. I
can't believe you agreed to do everything that they said to do.
What are you
Smell
gonna do?
this, eat this, take your shirt off. Let me rub this stuff on your chest. I'm like, I'm glad I didn't go on that trip.
Yeah, sorry for the R-rated material of me being topless. I'm sure that you wish it was the other part of the show
Denise.
that was. But no, the funny thing was, not really funny, but in the whole thing as I watched it again. Now keep in mind this was shortly before we got together, right?
Yeah, I was thinking that as I was watching it. I'm like, what year was
so it was 2001, I believe it was.
Okay.
So as he was doing this diagnosis and doing stuff, he talked about, intestinal issues.
Digestion.
Which I have. I found out that I did have. He talked about back issues because of the alignment of my chest and my stomach, which I ended up having to get a disc replacement. He talked about heart problems in my family when he was looking at the
palm.
And he asked about my father. And he said, well, you know, how's your father? Because I see heart problems. And I said, well, he died a year ago. And it literally like a year or two ago that I was there.
Wow.
But
isn't that
so who knows?
something?
Maybe there's something to this witch doctor stuff.
Yeah, that's fascinating though, how much was accurate, and it was all a medicine man in Tanzania, in Africa.
Yeah.
That's why I said, even though we couldn't really hear it or understand what they were saying, you could kind of see what was going on.
Yeah, and the curiosity too. You saw everybody staring from the outside, all the tribe.
Sure.
And there's another one where I go to we were just driving in Tanzania, and our driver, Mr. Brown, said, I looked over and there was this big like market going on. And we said, well, what is that? He says, well, that's the locals market. What do you mean the locals market? It's not for tourists. It's just for the local people. Oh, so we got to go there.
Yeah.
And so you'll see in that video, I'm the one white face.
Oh yeah.
In an entire thousands of people.
Well, in the video, were there any white guys behind the scenes?
Well, yeah, our camera guy and our sound guy were from South Africa. They were white.
Okay.
So it was fascinating. And
did you have anybody from Pennsylvania and QVC on
that
trip
Nick
with you?
Yeah, Nick
I know.
Rosetto.
Yeah.
Nick Rosetto was there.
He was so you two went together. That was like when Bill Martin and I went
to Bolivia.
No, it wasn't Bolivia. It was Thailand.
Oh yeah.
He and I were the only ones sent over there. Yeah. Boy, we became just best friends. You can't not, you know, when you're in that close quarters with somebody for a week at a time in a foreign country. Yes, there's a lot to talk about. Oh my gosh, that was fun. I don't know. I hope you guys enjoy these things. It's just really fun to kind of show you things that maybe you remember or maybe you don't, but it's fun to see because those were the behind the scenes in the days in the past when you first started watching the shopping channels. And oh my gosh, it was like you with Scorch, the
and I had no memory of that. I blocked it out somehow.
I know.
And it was funny. It was funny stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it was a good follow-up to Kirk's Folly. Yes, it would be kind of, well, we didn't know which one to do first, but I'm glad you thought that was a good follow-up. So Paul has some very good news. It's been a really fun week, and we've been trying to figure out exactly what's been going on with YouTube because, as you know, this is his YouTube channel. And the cool thing is, you know, he's been doing the one at the top left, the video at the top left is what's your gem? And while you didn't really talk about that on today's show, maybe you can sort of let everybody
just a recap. So
why it's been so popular.
I don't know. And by the way, thanks to all of you, over 2,000 subscribers now.
Check this out. He got a new milestone.
Which is fantastic.
Isn't that fun?
And but really a flood came in the last couple of days.
Yeah, that's what we were trying to figure out. It's like,
we don't know why. Although we're really interesting people. So I woke up in the morning knowing that we were going out of town and I had to get something done. And I was all set to do a lesson on rhodonite. Yep. Last week was rhodochrosite.
Yes.
And turns out, I said, you know what? I used to do a lot of shows and I said, you know what? Why are you attracted to some gems and why are you not attracted to others? And are you choosing the gem? Is the gem somehow mystically choosing you?
Yeah.
And so I just did that and I wanted you guys to tell me, how did it work for you? What's your favorite gem and why? Is there a story behind it? I've had more comments on this video. It's ranking #1 right now. So watch it if you can. Comment if you can about, you know, and people loved having to think about that.
Yeah.
Why did I choose that gem? So anyway, it's really a fun lesson.
Is it the color? Is it the mystical properties? Is it the healing properties? Is there something to that? Is it something in your family history where your mom or your grandma?
And there was a lot of that. My ancestors had jade from Guatemala. So I've been so anyway, these are all great things. And I know Judy gets turned on the same way when you watch or learn from one of her Get Fit with Judy episodes or her stretching episodes.
Yeah.
Your feedback means everything to us because we do these channels for you.
It does, absolutely. And speaking of my channel, while I don't have a brand new video to talk about today, that's the channel. And of course, we'd love to be able to tell you that's what it looks like when you search it on your laptop. And that's what YouTube looks like if you haven't downloaded it. It's free to go to the App Store and download it. even though they always say, you know, touch your thumbprint in order to be able to get it. And I always think to myself, does that mean that I'm paying for this? No, it's free. And then that's what it looks like when you get to my channel on your cell. And that's what it looks like when you get to Paul's channel on your cell after you've downloaded the app. So we just like to be able to make sure that you have all the information you need so that you can watch the videos and enjoy. And all the videos that we do are free to watch. Yeah. So that's another thing. It's kind of like just free entertainment, whether it's the Sunday Fun Days or in the kitchen recipes or getting fit with either new clothes or new exercises or gemstone information. So we're glad that you're able to watch those. And if you subscribe to the channels, that helps us out too, because it allows us to keep them free for you. Yep. So that's really nice to be able to do.
And I know we got to get busy in the kitchen again.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Although we were busy last week with some fabulous filet. It's one that we've already put up, but we like to enjoy it ourselves.
You know what's so funny? We'll go to restaurants, and we were talking about this with my parents last night. And we'll look at the menu, and because we have learned how to perfect, like making the perfect steak or making the perfect salmon or, you know, whatever it happens to be. And last night there was even a something crusted chicken. I said, oh yeah, I can make that at home. So, and we go, nope, check. That's not going to be as good as ours. No, check. That's not going to be as good as ours. What am I going to have? Pork chops. I haven't made pork chops. Let me order pork chops.
I have to correct myself. You were correct about. I forgot about the panko crusted chicken.
It was panko crusted chicken. You go, I make that.
They also had a cashew crusted salmon, which I thought for sure Judy would go with.
I know. No, I like the way Paul makes his salmon. And of course, we're going to be doing the brie today, so don't have to worry about missing out on that. But anyway.
Two announcements before we go.
Okay.
I know you talked about it, but we're going to find out soon when Judy will be back on with her percussion massager.
I have another meeting on Thursday, so
that's exciting.
I'll get a little bit closer to the date when that'll be back in stock again.
And I'm closer to a big announcement for all of you of how I can bring you some jewelry in the future.
Yes.
I have a meeting on the 2nd and 3rd of August.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So we're getting closer to be able to.
So all those questions that you ask, I know, and we can't reveal it quite yet. It's not that we don't want to. It's just that some of the details haven't been ironed out quite yet. But we'll keep you posted. So it's always fun, and it's also always fun to put these little show closes together. I call them, of our wise words, to help you start your weekend with a positive thought and a positive
happy
attitude.
Sunday Brie Day as well.
Yeah, exactly. You too, Deborah. Thanks to everyone who was watching today. Be safe and have a wonderful rest of your week.